Let's see. Along the lines of marketing, a YouTube trailer would be easy to share and a good way to generate interest later on down the line. That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, one, mistake, I guess, is a strong word, and it's beat myself up a little bit, but, one mistake I feel like I made on Lullaby is that we didn't have a trailer out until almost a year after the movie was done, which I think was a huge mistake. So certainly, I'll put out more videos in this process as we move forward. As I start scouting locations, as we start casting actors, all that, I'll certainly make available video format and stills, and I'll make this a much more visual and a much more interactive process early on. I really feel like we missed out on about 2 years of marketing for Lullaby, not because we didn't know what we were doing per se, just because things have changed. But for Peril, we'll make it far more interactive in that sense, and I definitely, absolutely will have a trailer up much sooner. Cast and crew was a question, and I'll answer that question. I'll take one last question after that question if you have any. Thank you all for being here. I've kept you all a little bit longer than I intended, but your questions have been excellent, and I'm enjoying it, so I don't want to go. Let's see. Cast and crew. Is anyone on board? At this point, the only person that's on board other than myself is Peter Began. Peter was one of the 2 writers of The Last Lullaby, and he's the writer of Peril. So at this point, the only 2 people formally involved in terms of cast and crew in Peril are myself and Peter Began. But there are absolutely people that worked on The Last Lullaby, craftsmen, and other people that will be my first phone call once we make Peril, or once we start crewing up for Peril. There are people that I had an incredible rapport with, and couldn't have enjoyed our collaboration anymore. So, as long as they're available, I'm sure we'll see a lot of the same names and a lot of the same people from Lullaby on Peril. Okay, last question. Let's see. That's from Jeff. If anyone's in Shreveport-Bossier, that's from Jeff Everson, who's running for City Council. Please support Jeff. He's going to be a great addition to the area, and that was really nice of you to hop on here, Jeff. I'll take one last question if anyone has one. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm recording this chat. I'm going to repost it probably this weekend on YouTube and on Facebook. I'll take one last question if anyone has any. I'll just wait one sec. Just waiting to see if anyone else has, and that's Nola you're hearing. Just waiting to see if anyone has any other questions. I'll take one more. Good, we have one last question. Do you recommend grassroots marketing campaign for making movies? Absolutely. As an independent filmmaker, you really don't have a choice. You're never going to, as an independent film, you're never going to have a $50 million, $100 million marketing budget like some of the studio films do. So, you've got to get out there, you got to roll up your sleeves, and I think grassroots is great. And I think what we're seeing more and more in independent film is, and this is a huge change, is we're starting to see, filmmakers actually have some sort of relationship and interaction with their audience, and knowing their audience and talking to their audience and hearing what their audience wants, and sharing the movie with them, and not just forcing a movie on an audience, but actually bringing the audience along for the process and interacting with them, so that the audience gets what they want, but the filmmaker gets an audience. And that's what we're really trying to do with Peril. I've said a couple times now, we're sort of seeing a shift in paradigm. It used to always be an independent film, DIY, do it yourself, and everyone's now talking about DIWO, do it with others. I firmly believe in that, and I want to be as open and transparent as I can. Number one, I want to share what I've learned and see other people make movies, but I also want to bring make people take ownership of the projects I'm involved with as much as I can. So yeah, I think grassroots marketing is inevitable at this point if you want to have a successful independent film. But it goes back to the question of stamina. It takes a lot of energy, just like a lot of the rest of the process. So if you're going to go do it, just make sure that you carve out a certain amount of time to do it, and you carve out a certain amount of energy to put towards it, because it can be quite demanding. I'll make that the last question. Thank you guys so much. This was an awesome, this was a stellar chat. So thank you all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. We'll have another one of these in like 2 or 3 weeks. Please don't forget, if you could, hopefully some of you will go back to Facebook and post on your status, hey, I just participated in the latest chat for the upcoming independent film Peril. It was awesome. And if you haven't already, this is part of what I want you to post on your status. If you haven't already, please join the group for the film. They're doing really fun, interactive things, and post maybe a link to the Facebook group. Thank you again. I'm signing off, and look forward to seeing you all soon. Really appreciate you being here, and have a good week, and see you all soon. Thank you.